All right, my awesome class. So today we're going to start our birthday card project. All right, so this birthday card project is something that is going to be completely from your imagination. It's going to be away from the urban legend project or the urban legend theme that we've been working on. We're going to step away from that for a minute, and we're actually going to create a card. And I have some examples here, right? And so I want you to understand we've already been through this. I'm gonna walk you through kind of the beginning of it, right? The beginning of the project, or get you set up at least with the project file, and then I'm gonna let you go on your own. But before I get there, I want to show you the examples that you want to have to do in this project. And what we want to turn in is we definitely want to print something out, right? We want to actually use this to give to somebody, and it could be anybody that you know from your family or friends. And so there's a purpose. And when you have a purpose, we tend to do a lot better work when we're actually going to give a gift of something. And this is going to be really cool, especially if it's really personalized. And so that's why this is going to be so much better than going and buying a card for somebody else, right? You can actually personalize it with their name if you want, right? So here are some examples. And you can have, and I'm going to walk through just a couple of these. So obviously you're going to be using the text tool. In this example, if you start thinking about it, you start thinking that this has a thick stroke with happy birthday, right? And there's definitely some colors. The background isn't white. Again, a white background can be used, but usually have to frame it, kind of like this little iPad. It looks like an iPad, a birthday card, which is really cool. And the text, it was a text as a happy birthday. How cool is that, right? So get creative with it. That's one example. And I'll click around it so you can see. That's cool. And I'll move my mouse away from it, right? So then, of course, it can be simple, basic. You have colors of blue. I would try to stay away from the photo. Okay, I don't want any really, photo pictures on birthday cards, because I want this to be more of an Illustrator exercise and not a Photoshop exercise. So it's okay to use them to trace, but not the final product. I don't want anything to look like a photo was brought in. Okay. Again, you can make some of these things. You can make things that look like lemons in Illustrator, not photorealistic, but really good stuff. Still really look cool. For example, this is a cool cake, right? Happiest birthday to my daughter. And of course they chose a palette that really works. And again, you can find these different pinks online, and I've shown you how to use the hex code for colors. Of course, there's some other pinks that you can use here. And of course, this was actually done, and you could easily see this could be done with the ellipse tool, the rectangle tool. Of course, you have to bring in the corners to make the round edges, right? And then we've done a lot of this stuff, so you're able to work with it, right? So that's one of the things that you can do. Now, these are just some examples, but if you forget about those, you can actually Google, and I've already done this already, and you can look at all the Google examples that are out there. Happy birthday, these cool balloons, right? Another happy birthday, and you're like, wow, these look pretty cool. And of course, you can really dive into your artistic side. The one thing that you are going to do in this project, and you're going to have 4 days to do it. This is due Friday, right? This is a 4-day assignment. The one thing that you are going to have to do here is you are going to have to learn some things that you might want to do. For example, somebody may want to build a balloon, right? So what you're going to do during this example, if you ask me how to do something, I'm going to refer you to the internet, because YouTube has a lot of tutorials on Illustrator on how to build things. So if you want to create something, all you have to do is Google, right? And I went ahead and typed in balloons Illustrator, or you can put car Illustrator, right? And then it'll actually show you how to draw a flat vector car. All right. Literally, there are tutorials how to build different things in here, right? Or you can do snowman Illustrator, right? And I'll show you how to make a snowman in Illustrator. I'm just making these things up, of course, on the fly, and you can basically make these cool snowmen. There's tutorials literally for everything on the internet. Okay, so for balloons, there's a lot of tutorials here, right? And they'll show you how to make these cool balloons in Illustrator. And again, if you have 4 days, but look how long these tutorials is. There's one for 6 minutes, one for 8 minutes. If you want to know how to build a balloon and make it look really cool.
Hello.
Okay.
Today I'm going to.
And so here are some of the balloons with the little string, and that actually looks really good. Okay. And of course, this particular YouTube person is actually using the same software I use. And again, this may be an older version, but there's stuff that still apply. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open the Adobe Illustrator file, right? And this is going to open, and I'm only going to do the very beginning, and you guys are going to take it from there, right? So here's a postcard, here's a letter, and I am going to go ahead and let's go ahead and just do postcard size. All right, we'll double click that. And this is pretty long. I don't really like that too much, so I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to move over to where it says create new, and then it's all these custom different things we're going to do. And I'm going to go over here to where it says print, because I want to print it out, right? We're going to print it, and we'll just use the letter size right here, right? We can use print. If we're going to use like a card, you can, but let's just go ahead and use the letter. This is kind of where we want to be at least for the beginning, right? This is where we're at, and we want to make sure we file, save, right? Save as. And we're going to put this in our animation folder, Illustrator lessons. Go ahead and put this at the end of lesson 2. And we're going to call this birthday card. All right. And we'll save it. Real important. And that's it. And I'll let you guys go from here. It's already saved. You already have it in the right spot. You're going to start building from here. And of course, you can start with your background if you want, using your rectangle tool. And you guys know how to do all this cool stuff, right? If you want to use a gradient, I just threw a gradient in there real quick. Anyway, that's it. You have 4 days to build it, create it, and then we're going to go print it out with cardstock. But I have to approve it before you actually print out. All right, that's it. Mr. Juarez, have fun. Talk to you in class. Bye.